Well, Professor Saul Faust is an expert in immunology and infectious diseases at the University of Southampton, which is involved in the latest appeal for volunteers for research into a new coronavirus vaccine trial. This one is called Valneva, and earlier I asked him why more drug trials are needed.
We can't guarantee that all the vaccines are going to be able to be made and supplied at all times. And it might be that we need to use different types of vaccine for different variants of COVID, or for different age groups or different people with different types of conditions. So the UK Vaccine Task Force arranged for a number of different vaccine types to be brought to the UK, trialled and then used for the population. And the Valneva vaccine is just one of those. It's an old technology where the virus is grown and then killed and then used as a vaccine. And we've made vaccines like this for some time, whereas the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines, as you know, are quite new technologies. So the Valneva study is really interesting because it also, because it's the whole virus that's been killed, and it can't cause COVID, but it might be able to be used against some of the variants better than the existing vaccines. We just don't know at the moment, which is why we're doing the trial.
And a lot of research obviously being done locally too when it comes to vaccinating children and young adults.
Yeah, so young adults have been very much part of the trials, and although we focus on older people generally in the trials because immune systems don't work as well. So if you have a vaccine that works well in older people, it will work in the young as well. The trials in children, teenagers and children younger, are just paused at the moment voluntarily by both the University of Oxford and by Janssen, because the rare side effects are being investigated in adults. That's how we work when we do trials in children. We just pausing, waiting to see what happens. And I'm sure at some point in the future, those trials will be able to resume.
And there's another one you're involved in too, when it comes to testing two different vaccines on volunteers. Why do we need to try two different vaccines on people who take part in these trials?
So there's a number of reasons why using different vaccines one after the other might be a good thing to do. The first is simple drug supply. So if you are delivering a vaccine and by the time you get to the second dose there isn't enough available, then we need to have the evidence that we can give a different type of vaccine as a second dose, and that it will be both safe, not cause too many side effects, and effective, that the immune response against COVID will be good enough. The other reason is because actually it might be that people have better immune responses from using two different vaccines together than just one. And the results for those will start to become available over the next few months.
OK, we look forward to following them up. Professor Saul Faust, as always, thank you very much indeed for your time this evening.
Thanks.